Was a long time coming. I'm so glad we made it here, you and me. So here's to another year, another chance to do better. So let's wish a Merry Christmas to all on this turning street. Yeah, you know, on this jingle bell.
Well, hello everybody, and welcome to a steaming cup of reason. I'm Skype, and today we've got a special live stream. I brought together all my great brothers and sisters from the Shills family for a little bit of a Christmas get-together. I'm just going to have a bit of a chat, talk about how the year is gone and what we're planning for the future, and just kind of enjoy the holiday season. We're really glad that you can join us, and I think maybe we should just go around the table to see who's here and who has yet to come along. So first up, I'd like to say hello to the older brother of the Shills, Dick Dawson. Hi, Dick. How are you?
Well, I'm doing pretty good here, buddy. This is gonna be fun. How you doing, man? Things good your way?
Oh, yeah. Things are really great, man. How about yourself?
Well, fellow babies, things are awesome over here. We had a great show earlier, all revved up, quite a few beers. So, you know, it's one of those things, you never know what's coming, but absolutely fired up. We got a great team here for this, too. This is going to be awesome, man. What a great idea you had.
Yeah, well, I figured it was the holiday season, so why not get the family together? That's the proper thing to do, I think. Next up, let's see who we've got. We've got my good friend Anti-Flatter in the house. How are you, Flatter?
Hey, my bro. Fuck, I'm doing all right. Pat yourself, my man.
I'm doing great. How's things your way?
Oh, mate, she is absolutely lovely. Spend the day at my nephew's second birthday on the barbecue. I am as pink as they come now, thanks to sunburn. And just a special note, there's one person in the chat who's going to understand this, but it's pronounced Jiff. Know what I'm talking about.
Oh, well, I'm not going to go there. I think I heard that. I think I heard logical in the background. How you doing there, brother?
I'm on the mend. Voice is still kind of ganked, but it's getting there. I'm just kind of wondering, why was Anti-Flatter on the barbecue? No wonder he's pink. What the fuck, man? And I noticed I'm way the fuck over here. Why am I not by the punch bowl? And we got a Scotsman guarding the alcohol. What the hell? How am I going to catch up with Dick here?
Well, you know, we can always ask the monk to go grab one for you. He's always got one in his hands.
There will be no catching up to me.
And next up, who have we got in our house? We've got Dead Kennedy in space. Hi, Kevin. How are you, man?
Hello. I'm hanging in there. I'm slightly physically under the weather at the moment, but mentally I'm doing great. And I have to say, the sight of myself in a snow globe instead of a jar is making things quite a bit better.
Oh, well, I'm glad to hear that. I figured we'd be a bit festive about it, you know, seeing as how it's snowing where you are anyway.
Oh God, is it ever?
What's it like over there these days?
Oh, everything's frozen. It's basically consistently minus 12-ish every day. I don't know what that is in American temperature.
Cold. It's cold. It's damn cold.
Well, being a fellow Canadian, I got to tell you, being here in Vietnam, I'm sweating my butt off. And I'm kind of missing the snow, to be honest.
Well, I'm a little bit peanut butter and jealous of you, sir.
Oh, well, maybe we can trade places for a little while. How's that?
Sounds good to me.
That would be cool. And everyone, I'd like you to say hello to the lovely lady in the house, Amy Hogan. Thanks for coming along, dear. Say hello.
Oh, well, hello, everyone. Thank you for having me, too. This is going to be a lot of fun. This is my first Christmas stream, so this is going to be great.
Yeah, well, it's that holiday season. I thought it would be good for us to all just get together and have a chit chat and see how things went. Just kind of enjoy each other's company. And
Absolutely.
yeah, and we're really glad you could make it up. And also, turning the dials and pushing the buttons and keeping us moving along, we've got Taddy Bogle in the house. Say hello, Taddy.
All right, troops. All right, how's it going?
It's going.
Good stuff, man. Good stuff. I hope everyone's doing okay. As I think I'm going to channel the late Robin Williams here a wee bit and go, it's 0600 hours. And what does O stand for? Oh my God, it's early. Ask for some whiskey.
I remember that one. Absolutely. Good morning, Vietnam. Oh, wait,
yeah.
I'm in Vietnam. I'm the only one here. Where the hell is everybody else? Man? Holy crap.
I hope you get your shiny
All
green
right.
suit.
Well, no, I don't have my shiny green suit. I gave that up. I switched to the red one, as you can see. Yeah, it stands out better for the Christmas season, I think. Well, we're
Yeah.
still waiting for some of the others to come along, but in the meantime, let's kind of get things rolling and see what everybody's been up to. So, I think maybe we'll start with you, Dick. How's your year been?
Well, let's see here. This time last year, I had just figured out that there was such a thing as flat Earth and debunking it and stuff. This was literally my time to find the scene. Was right before Christmas. Last year, my son was very much with his mother for Christmas, so I had the extra time. And I had been looking on YouTube for things like episodes of the universe, how the universe works, and so on, those kind of content. And I ended up finding like a stick and then Sir Sick. I remember I had a little email back and forth like, oh, the intro's almost death metal-y, and he was like, yeah, but that's how it makes me feel, man. And I was like, okay, good point, right on. And then I found Team Skeptic and the whole fight between him and Daniel Pratt over the false DMCA takedown. And that was what sucked me into it. So it's been a crazy year because it's been a year like none other in my life. I just can't believe I'm doing this, let alone enjoying it, and have turned it into like this whole community that I basically live in now. It's unbelievable.
I know, it's awesome to be part of this community, and the Shills is just taken off. It's really exploding. And so,
Yeah, that's been a lot of fun.
oh yeah, it's a great place to be. And speaking of the Shills, let's have a chat with one of the original members, Logical. How's your year been?
Well, like Dick, I found the whole flat Earth debunking community late November, early December last year. Started watching Radical and Beaver and FTFE, and then found Professor Stick, Sir Sick, and all the rest of them. When I first found my very first flat Earth video, it happened to be Danny Pratt, and I'm like, are you freaking serious? I just all of a sudden thought the world turned upside down on me or something, and then I realized that there's like a lot of people on YouTube that are saying this stupid crap, and I couldn't believe it. And what was that, about February? Is like, you know what, I'm watching Radical and Beavers, I can do that. Little did I know that it would actually turn out to be work. It's not easy to research all these claims, find all the ways they're wrong, properly explain it, do all that research, build a video, and put one out once or twice a week. I started out with twice a week content releases, and then I got to be a bit much, and Babes was yelling at me, I want my honey, I need my time. So I cut it down to once a week, and then Tom says, hey, I got a good idea. Let's start our own live show. Yeah.
Put it right on me, hey, you fucking bitch, man.
Yes.
Yeah.
I had nothing to do with the Shills idea.
Yeah, that's the price of being the big brother in the family, eh?
Yeah, me, Dick, and Flatter were, chatting in Discord, at like 1, 2, 3, 4 o'clock in the morning my time, and I'd get to bed about the time Babes was getting up, and we all got to know each other, and I don't know who had this idea exactly between the three of us, or if it was a joint idea.
It came to me. I thought, if I'm going to have to hang out with these fucking people this much, we might as well do it on YouTube so I can fucking stand it.
Absolutely.
Wait a minute. I'm fairly certain it came from an end credit scene that then you stole from me because you loved hanging out with us so bloody much.
That's right.
Man,
Flatter
who
was
wouldn't?
doing a bunch
I
of
mean,
end
look at
credit
me.
scenes in preparation for a big debunk action adventure movie style video. And all of a sudden we kind of stole it and said, we can turn that into a live show.
Yeah.
Yeah,
we did it.
Since Flatter can't, let's go with your idea.
Yeah, and then we started looking around. I was like, well, there's going to need more than the three of us. And I said, hey, I know a monkey. And Flatter says, hey, I know such and such. And away we went.
Yeah.
I remember those early shows when I first caught on to the scene back in, I think it was April or May. I caught the very first Shills show, and I just laughed my ass off. It was so funny. And ever since then, I just started pushing and working my ass off and got myself onto the tube and started my channel. And I said, I'm going to be a shill one day. And look at me now. Here I am. Holy crap. I'm telling
Boy,
you, it's been a
You
roller
have some
coaster.
pretty low goals in life if you actually want to be a shill.
Well,
what's that fucking song?
Progress.
What's that song? Friends in Low Places.
Yeah, that's actually
Boy,
one of our
got
favorite
friends.
songs, man. And speaking of original shills, Flatter, how's your year been?
Well, put it this way.
an
this
airplane.
Time, hey. Did he ask you or ask me, all right? Can you fetch your turn? No, but this time last year, I was trying to convince the Time Masters to let me go back in time, stop this evil tyrant. They wouldn't let me. I eventually stole a ship and gathered a new bunch a lot to help me. I know in the future none of you are heroes, but trust me, if you succeed, we'll all be legends.
And it's Jiff, you crazy Kiwi.
I got one of those. I got one of those intro steals. I'm gonna pull afterwards, and it's a blast from the past. That's gonna blow your mind, but I'm gonna save it. But damn it, you just reminded me. That's awesome. I love it.
You hear it? Dick's gonna have a pool later, and it's gonna be blasting in the past.
Holy crap.
Oh.
I think one of the most interesting things about one of the early shows was seeing the jar on the table with a head in it. At first, I was scratching my head going, what the fuck is that? And then all of a sudden, he starts talking, and I said, man, this guy knows his shit. And of course, I'm talking about Dead Kennedy. How's your year been, Kevin?
Honestly, it's been phenomenal. I guess I've been doing this a little bit longer than a year at this point because I've had my channel since last November, but I was making videos on a different channel before that for a little while, and it wasn't the same, and I wasn't a part of this amazing community on this other channel, and that's the thing that's been so phenomenal is this community. It's just been. I think Dick Dawson described it as like we basically live here online, and it is like this wonderful second life that I get to come home to every day, and to this day I have to say the most heartwarming piece of feedback I've ever had on any of my videos comes from you, Jeff, when you commented on one of my videos and asked if you could possibly use it in teaching in a curriculum the next semester, and that blew me away, and that's stuck with me ever since. So thank you so much for that.
You're welcome. And I do plan to follow up on that next year in the new year, because I think some of the stuff you've been putting out, especially recently with a Kerbal Space Program, that is some wicked shit you're doing, man. You are really kicking it.
Thank you. I appreciate that.
I think the kids would really learn a lot from that. So I'm trying to find a way to kind of incorporate that into a lesson plan and use your material. So as long as I have your permission, I plan to follow through with that.
Oh, that'd be fantastic.
Yeah, I think when I first met Kevin, it was probably back in April. And what did you have, about 400 or 500 subs? And you're pushing, what, 4,000 now?
Yeah, 3.8 something K. It's come a long way in a short time.
Kevin, do you remember the day? Do you remember the day I stumbled upon your channel? Do you remember the conversation we had back and forth? Wasn't that a funny one?
Yeah. It was. I think I met you and Anti-Flatter separately, and you guys were the first kind of people that I would have called friends in like the early days of the community where I barely knew anyone, and we had some great conversations, and then all of a sudden it was like, let's do this group thing, let's do this Shills channel, and that also has blown up so immensely. Like it's become so much more than it started as, and it's fantastic.
Yeah,
I remember very much. Oh, sorry, Jeff. Sorry. I got to turn my headphones up. I wasn't hearing you enough. I remember when we were first doing the roundtables. Okay, who are we gonna? We need like 7 or 8 people to make this the show that we really want it to be. And Flatter and I literally at the same time were like, oh, Dead Kennedy in space, man. We got to get this cat in. And me, there might have been a little patriotic, my brother kind of thing to it too, right? Of course.
Yeah, absolutely.
I remember when I first released my very first video, the audio sucked so bad, and I was desperate to find out how I could fix it. And that's how I found out about Dick, Canadian Thomas at the time. Is how I knew him. And, so I contacted him and I said, "Excuse me, but I know you're probably busy, but would you mind helping me out?" And man, Tom was right there, man. He helped me out. He fixed my audio problems, and we became really good friends online. And I later found out that we both attended the same broadcast announcing and recording arts school.
That's amazing,
in Vancouver, and I attended in Calgary, the same school.
Yeah.
And that's so freaking awesome. What a small freaking world this is.
Yeah. And there was a few years gap in it. I mean, you and I myself were only like 5 years apart in age or something. But there was a little bit of a gap between when we went to the school. But the fact that we went to the exact same own school, like named and everything, that was pretty amazing, man.
That blew me away. But
absolutely,
Dick and I have become really good friends since then, and I tell you, online, this family called the Shills, they're the best friends I've ever had, and I just look forward to coming online every day when I get home from work, hoping that one of them will be there so we could chat.
Well, you know what? Having said exactly what you said, we have to go to Amy Hogan right now, because I'd like to hear what she has to say about being a part of the little Shills family and stuff now.
I agree. I was about to do exactly the same. Amy?
Sorry to steal your thunder, buddy.
Hey, no worries, man. I want to hear from Amy because she's the newest and by far the prettiest. So, Amy?
Hey, man.
Well, she might be parenting. She's got that thing going on that I do, right? So she might be. Oh, and she had a computer issue earlier, and I thought it was already done and dusted, but I think maybe she's not quite done yet. We might have to wait a minute.
In the chat right now.
Yeah. Yeah,
Oi,
we'll,
fucking oi, people. Merry Christmas,
Oh,
everyone.
hey,
fuck
Sorry
you
I'm
guys
late.
were rude.
everybody, my
Monkey.
The
oh,
monkey
my
escaped the
favorite
lab
monkey
again.
on YouTube.
Better late than
Judd,
never.
I am so freaking happy you could make it, man. This guy, everybody, Drunk Monkey, he's the first person to mirror one of my videos, my first video, actually.
It
And
was.
we have become equally great friends. Judd, I'm so glad you can make it. How are you?
Yeah, man. I did wake up at 5:30 and then dozed back off. So, sorry
No
about
worries. No worries. Now, we were just talking about how the past year has been for all of us. So, how about you? How's your year been?
that. Pretty good. A lot of fun when it comes to this. A lot of fun. Absolutely, made some great friends and just had a fucking blast. Just ripping into idiocy and yeah.
Exactly. At least he's got the minerals to call flat earthers what they really are, right, Judd?
Fucking, absolute fucking morons.
Fucking A.
I was going to say, Jump Monk's a bit more than that. We talked about how the Shills would come together, and it was starting off to be this big collab thing. Jump Monk was the first to send me a lot of his clips, and it was obviously voice clips of his. And when I played them, by the time I was done listening to them, I was curled up in a corner, rocking backwards and forwards, asking the gods to please make it stop, because fucking hell, that man can turn a phrase. I have never heard so many swear words crammed into one sentence.
That is one silver-tongued simian.
Sorry to interrupt, guys, but we got to turn to Dead Kennedy in space here so he can say his bits and do his thing.
I'm sorry. I don't mean to take over anything. I'm just really not feeling well at the moment, so I think I do need to duck out. But I wanted to at least show up because I said I would, and I felt horrible that I might not be able to. And again, I just wanted to say how freaking wonderful this community is. How awesome it is to be a part of it, and Merry Christmas / Happy Holidays to you all. I love each and every one of you.
Well, thank
Yes,
you,
Kevin, and we love you too, man. You rock.
Before you duck out, Kevin, and to all of you, check your emails. I think you'll find that Santa has left a little something for each of you. My way of saying thank you for making my year a great one. Because I really,
it's a bloody dick pic again. God damn it, man.
Did you figure out how to send marijuana through email? This is fantastic.
Just have a bowl.
just a
Rock and
small
roll.
token of my appreciation for allowing me to be part of this family, man. So, Kevin, get well soon. Take care, and we'll chat again when I see you next time.
Thank you
Love
so
you,
much.
brother.
I'm sorry I can't stick around for longer than this, but I'm glad I was able to show up.
I'm glad
God, you
were-
could make it, man.
Glad you were here, my bro.
Take care,
man.
everyone.
You're better, man.
All right. Merry Christmas, buddy. Talk to you soon.
All right. So let's
Everybody
see.
say goodnight to Charlie Brown's Christmas tree. There goes Dead Kennedy in space.
Yeah. So, Amy, are you back on? Are you with us again? I think
Yeah,
maybe
she dropped out of the voice.
I mean, I can try and put on Amy's voice, but no one wants to hear that.
Oh,
I
man.
don't think-
Google Meets is shit fucking her internet connection like a seriously freaky dude in a leather mask. It's not good. Hey, look, I see Santa Claus.
Holy shit. Oh, there it is. Woohoo. Woo.
Wait,
Whoa.
he arrived just after Kevin leaves. I'm sensing conspiracy here.
Yeah, but Kevin lives up in the Great White North, so he was already there. I saw Spider-Man.
Wait.
Everybody drink. I saw Spider-Man.
You saw Spider-Man?
Yeah, everybody drink when you see Spider-Man in the back. I saw
That's
Spider-Man.
Also, we need to clarify one other thing. It's down in the north, up in the south.
Okay. I swear to God, why the fuck did we bring a Kiwi into this group? I just don't understand it anymore. What? Okay, would somebody answer me this fucking question? Okay.
Because you love my culinary abilities.
Well,
Yeah,
there you
man.
go.
You wanna
That
see
is a
what this
word
geezer
that
can
I've
do with
learned just for
Marmite.
today.
Yeah,
He
the
is just-
abilities you have that I love, I can't speak on this channel, so we should probably just
Flatter,
move on.
Flatter was just that sticky booger that you pick and you pick and you pick and you just can't get rid of it. You know, it just hangs there.
That's the one that
you don't
makes you
need to take
bleed.
lodging with you.
Andy Flatter is a trophy on a 3-year-old's finger. Look!
Look, no hands.
Are you trying to say that I'm a tasty treat?
Oh God! Oh man! You
As long
have
as
to
you
start
rolled
him
up.
off, eh, Nick?
Oh my God.
Holy mackerel! I mean, we are dealing with a person who puts spaghetti on pizza, for Christ's sake.
This is why I'm saying. This is why I'm
Carbon
saying. I mean, you make your bed, you lie in it, right? There's nothing
Yeah,
I can do here.
Exactly. So, oh, by the way, hey, Taddy, you're kind of hiding in the background there. Tell us how you got started with the Shills.
With the show, oh Christ. Well, a long, long time ago, in a country far, far away.
Naboo was under an attack.
No, man.
Oh man!
I stumbled across flat earthers following cool hard logic.
Was that because you were drunk?
That's because I was too sober. And from there, I've found the Shills maybe about 2 months, 3 months into the channel starting, and joined the server and all that. And then I was approached one day and said, and asked, "Do you fancy a wee shot at fucking things up for us?" Fucking things up.
So what did he do? He went out and bought a computer so he can do a good job of it.
No, no. If you're going to fuck up,
How would you like to be
Fuck
the
up next time.
stroking hand that gives no reward?
Sorry, we keep cutting you off there, Patty. Go ahead.
oh, you're cool, man. Oh, I'm too busy laughing myself. That's it, but no, I have to say, the community as a whole is fantastic. But be nice to join you lot on here, you mad bastards. I fucking
We
love
are.
every minute of it.
We are. Ah,
Yeah, man,
looks like
you-
Amy
you are
has
my family.
returned. Yeah, well, you're definitely part of the family that keeps this family moving forward. With you back there pushing the buttons and controlling everything, so you're doing a fantastic job, and I think all of us owe a big round of thanks to Taddy for doing what he does to keep the shows on the air.
Oh, man.
He is by far the best we've had at what he does. And he
I agree.
fucking rocks.
I agree. I agree
Cheers,
100%.
He sure knows how to twist my buttons.
And he's so easy because we have him at least twice a week.
And I'm always drunk.
Well, there you go. And with that, I'd like to. Amy, are you back with us?
I think I am.
Oh, wonderful! Excellent. Well, now that we got you back, why don't you kind of fill us in on how you got started with the Shills and became part of this family?
Oh, sure, absolutely. I was just hanging out watching Flat Earth videos. I started watching Non Sequitur was one of my first shows, and they had a Flat Earth debate because when I was scam baiting, I was pointed towards Flat Earth last year, and that's when I started watching Flat Earth and finding out more about the other Flat Earth channels, and then I started talking to Dick Dawson a lot because we're in similar situations, and
Very much.
so and that's how we got to got talking an awful lot, and we got to we were geeking out over old tech one day, and that's when we oh yeah we need to do
funny.
some channels and stuff.
That's awesome. The two of you have got a new channel coming up soon called Autism, don't you? How's things going with that?
Very well, thank you. It's coming right along. We're hoping to start that this coming month. So we're all excited about that too.
You know, to everybody watching here, if I can, Jeff here, you know, the thing is the Shills channel itself is about to morph into more of a network of shows. And over the next 3 months going forward on the Shills, we're going to have more and more shows show up on the channel. And so Amy and I's autism show is going to be on the new network channel for the Shills. And we're also going to have a technology show. Logic and Reason is coming over to the network. Andy Flatter's got a whole thing he's scripting out. Dead Kennedy in Space is doing his history of the shuttle missions and stuff. We have a lot of new content over the next 3 months coming to the Shills. And Amy and I show Autism, where we really, really deeply explore the world of being autistic, living with autism, raising autistic kids, and so on, is truly explored by those who live it, not just, you know, try to make advertising revenue from talking about it.
Yeah, exactly. I think it's a fantastic idea. I can't wait for that channel to launch. As an educator, I'm sure you can appreciate how much I'd like to get involved with that as well. So,
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
And speaking of the Shills Network, we're also going to be bringing the Steaming Cup of Reasons Mega Mirror Specials. It's going to be moving over to the network.
Absolutely. Absolutely. And my game show, World Model Feud, and my talk show, we're not sure on what it's going to be named yet, is going to be on the network as well. So realistically, by March or April, we could have 2 shows a day coming up.
Yeah, and I'm going to ask my good friend and collaborator, Mr. Logical Troglodyte, to fill us in on what's coming up next for Logic and Reason, which is also going to be part of the Shills network. Logical?
Oh, well, on Logic and Reason, this coming Sunday, noon GMT, we are going to be having Bob the Science Guy and Blue Marble Science, who not only are really smart guys, but they are also licensed pilots, because we're going to be exploring all the conspiracy claims concerning airplanes. Such weirdness as, well, if the Earth were a globe, the pilots would have to dip their noses when they fucking fly. And the Coriolis isn't real because it doesn't fucking affect the airplanes. And stupid crap like that. So we figured, because we like to bring on the experts to critically examine and all the conspiracy claims, why not bring in people who are licensed pilots?
Absolutely. It's going to be a great show. And how about you, Jeff? What have you got coming? Do you have any plans for the Shills Network? Yeah.
Well, yeah. I was gonna start doing a DJ slot, so it'll be like maybe a 90-minute or 2-hour slot, some evening, where I'll just play music, all different genres, from house music to drum and bass to soul, funk, disco, house, whatever.
Awesome.
1920s jazz.
Really cool.
So yeah,
It'd be a weekly online party.
fucking right, man.
Absolutely. Well, you have a pretty solid DJ background, don't you? How long you been into that?
Well, my dad was a DJ through the 70s and 80s, so yeah, years.
Yeah,
Since
so
I was 4,
actually.
he's got a picture of me on the decks when I was 4 years old, so
Cool. That's
quite
awesome.
a long time.
I bet. All right. Well, with that, I'd like to. I've got a few videos that some of our shills have prepared for their viewers that they'd like to share with them. So, Teddy, why don't we roll one of those? Let's roll Dick's video. Dick, you want to intro it?
Hello. I actually just put my headphones on and walked back to the mic. What the fuck am I introing now? I have no idea what you said, dude.
The video that you prepared for your viewers, your Christmas video.
Well, you know, I wanted to bring it back to normal, tone it down, and really connect with people on more of a one-on-one personal for a nice little Christmas message. You know, drop the pretense of the character and just get real about things.
Awesome. Well, I'm looking forward to that. Teddy, can we roll that?
Good evening, all. Dick Dawson here, wishing a deeply unholy Christmas to all who peddle and teach pseudoscience. May the Dark Lord rise up and chew on your rotting soul like beef fucking jerky. To everyone else, have a Merry Christmas and Happy New Year.
Oi, what's going on?
Be cool, everyone.
Don't know what's happening.
Aye.
That's it. That's it.
So yeah, as you can see there, I just wanted to make sure that my real true feelings came across, and I made sure everybody heard it from the heart.
Excellent.
Merry Christmas and Happy New Year, everybody.
Thank you, Dick. That was really nice. All right, so I guess we'll just kind of go around the room and continue the conversation a little bit. And I'd like to pose a question to each one of you. Get each one of your individual answers. And that is, what has been probably the most standout moment of your time in the Shills and on YouTube? And we'll start with Dick.
Okay, so where was I going with this again? Sorry, I was just typing something to somebody and you caught me off guard there. I'm normally the one doing the whole running of the thing, and I'm so fucking lost right now. I have no idea.
It's because I'm watching you and I'm doing it on purpose.
For fuck's sakes.
I'd like you to get you to share with us the most standout special moment that you've had on YouTube and in the shows.
Oh, okay. Let's see here. One of the standout moments absolutely would be that when we hosted Conspiracy Cats' 1 year stream, where he actually scripted out the show and we just actually provided the back end and the support and whatnot. That was some really crazy stuff. We pulled that together pretty quick. It was very much out of our comfort zone, and it came out awesome. I was really happy with that. Another standout moment would be, let's see, your first episode with the Shills, because that pretty much finalized the main core team, right? Another standout episode would have been when Amy first came on the air with us, because that solidified the entire team, done like dinner. That'd be pretty hard to nail down what was number one. I would say maybe number one for me would be our first Thursday pub chat episode, where we didn't bring a video up at all and just truly turned it into a roundtable discussion show, because for me, that was really something special. I was very much into that.
That's awesome. Judd, how about you? What was your most memorable moment on YouTube?
Well, we've had some proper laughs, certainly doing the shows. Again, it'd be like Conspiracy Cats that 1 year. I mean, that was just like an epic night. But there's been so many fucking amazing times that I just really can't think. I mean, pretty much every time I go on, we have a show, I have a blast.
Yeah, you certainly do make it fun.
To try and nail one down is tough. Yeah, really, really tough.
Awesome. Well, thanks. Flatter, what about you? What's a standout moment for you on YouTube?
Well, mine's quite different to what the others are saying. Like, obviously, we've had some fucking awesome times on the Shills, and even on the own channels. I know I've collabed with pretty much most of yous on here on my own channel, but my most standout moment was when I was actually on my OE out in Europe and got to chill out with most of the UK Shills. Unfortunately, one we won't mention, and the other one, she hadn't quite joined us. Would have been great to catch up with Kitty too, but the rest of you is like catching up, having a few drinks, then a few more, and then cabbing what you Poms think is a kebab, but trust me, it's not. That was the standout. That was fucking spectacular night.
Awesome. And
Was that your
Logical,
little
what
trip
about
to
you?
London?
Yeah, that's the one I'm talking about, man. When you got your
Yeah.
first taste of New Zealand Marmite.
That's the
Oh,
one.
jeez. Wow. I heard a lot about that one. Logical,
mate.
what about you? What was your standout, most memorable moment?
Oh man, we've had so many memorable moments on the Shills from our first episode to our most recent one. I can't pick the best one from there. On my own channel, I think the the standout moment there is when I challenged Antonio Subarats to a debate in his comments section, and within 30 minutes, all of his channels were hidden, and this unknown no sub troll all of a sudden shows up in my channel trying to rant and rave and scream, and the Shills just jumped on him in mass. But I think the most standout moment for me actually happened in the real world offline. I was in the grocery store. Me and Babes were yakking about the channel and planning the next episode, and somebody overheard us and like, "Oh, you're a YouTuber?" And yeah. What's your channel? And I told them, and they said, "Dude, you're Logical Troglodyte? No way!" You know, that was amazing. You know,
That's
for a little
awesome.
bitty channel like mine, to somebody actually freaking new in our local grocery store.
Yeah, that's pretty awesome,
That's
man.
cool.
That's pretty awesome. It's at least it's not like when Dick goes to the store, the fucking customers notice him and run away.
Well, every time I go
that's
in the
why you
store,
should never even-
they call the police.
They do that
I
for
don't
Dick
know.
too, but it's for indecent exposure.
And how about you, Amy? Can you think of a memorable moment or a real standout since you've been with us?
Actually, yeah, the very first show that I was on the Shills, I think would be the one that stood out the most to me. The very
Nice.
first one I was able to do. Yeah, it was a lot of fun, and it really, really caught the bug then too. It was like, oh yeah, I like this. So,
It is
I think that
infectious,
was the
isn't
moment.
it?
It really is. It's real infectious. And I had done it before. When I was doing scam baiting, I used to go on another channel through Discord, and we used to, scam bait and stuff like that. But
Yeah.
I think being on the Shills is just so
It's a bit
much
different.
It's a
Yeah.
lot different, and I like it. It's a good thing. So I'm hoping to bring to the network a scam baiting show, and I would love to do that. So hopefully I'll be able to do that too. Yeah.
Yeah. And
I think that'd be awesome.
Monkey, sorry, Jeff, Monkey, I don't know if it was brought up earlier or not, but the truth is not a hoax. I think And the Conspiracy was in the chat. Have you guys talked at all about bringing that over to the network?
We haven't, but neither of us have actually had time to do anything on the channel. But I have been thinking about that, and obviously would like to find a time to put more content on there. And yeah, then absolutely would bring it across.
Yeah, yeah. Oh, and Common Sense Criticism is saying scam baiting is awesome. Well, wait till you see what Amy can do here, because holy shit, when she has the back end support of all the Shills to really make it, she's gonna have a fantastic show. So you just wait. We got a lot of really cool stuff coming up when we switch to this whole network thing. Absolutely. Yeah, non sequitur, absolutely coming up. No problem. Absolutely, no problem. What we'll do is we will do an at everyone in the Shills public server as soon as the event link is live, because we're going to be on Steve McRae's. I think it's Sunday coming, right, everybody?
I think so, yeah.
Yeah,
Yes,
yeah.
it
We're
is.
heading over to Steve's channel to join him and cause some absolute chaos, because you know what our group's like, right? We're just gonna fucking take it right over. It's gonna be good.
Yeah, exactly. I would like to take this opportunity, though, to recognize those of us who are not able to be here today. Of course, first and foremost, Kiri Mack, our super mod of super mods. She's
Absolutely.
been a bit under the weather as of late, and we all wish her very well and hope she gets well real soon and comes back. So, Carrie, we know you couldn't make it today, but Merry Christmas to you, dear, and get well soon. We miss you.
Hey, hard. Can't wait to have you back on.
Yeah, man, I third that.
Absolutely.
And then also, I'd like to extend my best personal wishes for a happy holiday to AB Science and Sarcastic Barman, who couldn't be here today. Sorry you guys couldn't be here, but Merry Christmas to you. Check your emails. There's a little something in there from me for you for the holidays. And I look forward to being online with you guys again soon. So.
Yeah. Absolutely. Especially, the sarcastic barman, he's got his shtick, he's a really funny guy, but he's a smart guy. And Amy Science, he's a real smart guy, but he's a real funny guy. And, we like it when the whole family can get together, but damn it, globe and time zones and everything, if only it was flat, we could all do it at the same time.
Yeah.
Exactly.
And we'd be able to look at each other while we were doing it as well with fucking binoculars.
Well,
No one wants to be looking at me right now. A little known
Things will be-
secret about this is I'm actually nude.
oh, that's a picture I did not want in my head. Oh
I'm
my
always
God.
nude.
Oh my God.
Look at the screen right now, everybody. Imaginary X-ray glasses, and you can see in the buff.
Oh, there goes Spider-Man. Everybody take a drink. Spider-Man.
Everybody take a
Spider-Man.
drink. I saw Spider-Man. Oh, Santa's chasing him. Oh, there goes Spider-Man. All right, two drinks. I love Spider-Man.
Spider-Man. It's cool, man. All right.
Spider-Man.
I'd like to play another one of the videos that we've got. I think maybe we should run the video from my good friend Logical Troglodyte. And Logical, you want to kind of intro this a little bit?
It's just a video Christmas card for all of the subscribers to Logical Troglodyte, Babes Troglodyte, the Shills, and a bit of a thank you. And it's a thing. I did a thing.
You did
It's hard, okay.
All right, roll it, Taddy.
Babes and I wanted to say thank you to all of our viewers who spent time watching our videos this past year. So from our clan to yours, we wanted to wish you Merry Christmas, Happy Hanukkah, and Merry Trogmas!
That's awesome. That was cool. That was cute, man. That was really, really cool. Awesome.
Dreidel.
Dreidel. Jingle bells, Batman smells, Robin laid an egg. Awesome.
The Batmobile
well,
lost its wheels and the Joker got away. Hey.
Awesome, man. Awesome. Okay, well, I got another question I'd like to send around the panel, and that is, who was the funniest flurf you dealt with in the past year? Logical, this time let's start with
Oh, that's a toss-up between Pratt and Inrim. My cave pets have had so much fun tackling Pratt and ripping him a new one. And the Star Trek spoof that we collabed on for Inrim, to me, was our best video. It's one of our least watched videos, but I think it was our best one just because it was just so funny. You know.
Yeah, I loved it, especially Lieutenant. I hear you.
Yeah.
That's awesome.
And Flatter, who was the funniest flurf you ever dealt with this year?
Oh, the funniest, I got a couple. First was my resident troll, which he's kind of disappeared from my channel now, which I'm not too upset about. But my other one was that DJ Can't Globe, whatever the fuck. Who jumped on my channel and is like, called me an ugly bastard. The only thing he ever got right. Then I was like, well, let's see what this guy looks like as I go to debunk him. And he looked like Scotty Storm, as if Scotty Storm had been dipped into the vat of chemicals that the Joker was dipped in. I've seen fucking dried up prunes that I'd rather sleep with than that guy.
Oh man, that's a horrible picture. Oh,
I mean, just to quote Dick here, but did his parents have any children that lived?
sometimes you gotta wonder, huh? Jeez. Judd, what about you? What was the funniest flurf you had to deal with?
Myself?
No, Judd.
Oh, me?
Oh, okay.
Oh, well,
yeah.
I think probably Pratt has made me laugh the most at just the absolute crap that comes out of his head and the conviction in which he says it.
Tell us how you really feel, monkey.
Well, I mean, come on. Pratt is an absolute namesake of the highest order. He is a fucking Pratt. I mean, you couldn't get a better name for such an absolute fucking brainless, gravity-denying, fucked up dipshit that thinks by spending 4 months to build a fucking barbecue just to then bend a fucking tube of water over the fucking top of it and call it a part of the mass of the earth, so therefore it should bulge in the middle. Get a grip, you fucking prick.
That was the stupidest fucking experiment I ever saw in my life.
I know.
Holy shit.
And when he started screaming, well, the barbecue has gravity, right? So shouldn't it hold the water? Yeah, but don't you think that chunk of rock underneath your feet just might have a bit more? Are you fucking kidding me?
Exactly. How about you, Dick? Who was the funniest dickhead you ever had to deal with in this show?
Well, it's a two-part question for me, right? Because number one, I got to go to that guy, because when Flatter and I got together to debunk that guy the first time, that spawned Lance Corporal Flatter.
Ooh.
Right?
Yeah, it was a good moment, that one too.
Yeah, man. And we did the video where I had the helicopter scene and everything. And like, that was some serious shit. That was really, really good, right? But you also got to give a little bit of credit to Scotty Storm, okay? Because Scotty Storm put out some unbelievable. I started calling him Scotty Bathtub because the guy always looks like he's getting ready to have a bath, man. Like, what's your problem? Put on a fucking shirt, man. What the hell is wrong with you, right? But he ditched all his content. He's got nothing on his channel anymore. And one can only assume that poor Scotty's looking for a job and he doesn't want somebody to find his channel and find out that he's actually an idiot that brags about it, right? Except the funny thing is all you have to do is search that prick's name and all you find is everybody who's torn a strip out of his punk ass. So, you might as well have left the content up just to show why everybody picks on you all the time. Really, you haven't done anything right.
Yeah, no kidding. That guy is a funny motherfucker, I tell you. Just watching him rant. Oh, he gets triggered so easy. He is so funny. So funny. And Amy, what is some of the funniest moments that you've encountered in your time with us?
Oh, yes, actually, several. Yeah, I think that guy was one that we had that was pretty funny. Pratt is always a riot. But one time on my own, I was watching Jose Gonzalez's channel, and Nathan Thompson wouldn't speak to anybody unless they super chatted. And I had called him a scammer because that's what most of the flat earth channels that beg for money all the time.
Yeah.
They're scamming. And so he said, I'm not going to talk to you unless you super chat. So I did. I super chatted and I told him he was a scammer.
Brilliant.
Thank you. So that was my moment that I had this year with.
Awesome.
Well, another one I would call Amy out for too, though. Come on now, was Dead Kennedy and Space's debate when I moderated it with that one guy. And holy fuck, you lost your shit, honey. You lost it. That was amazing.
I did with 33 UC. That's right.
Yeah,
That's it. That's it.
dickhead.
I think I
Oh,
told him I was going
man.
to kick his butt. I think that's what I
Yeah,
said to him.
even Radical got mad that stream, and you never hear Radical get mad. And Radical was like, "Get this fuck off the air."
I thought he was going to send Reg out with the sword after him, man.
Yeah, it
Unbelievable,
was
man.
hilarious, man.
Yeah, cool. And Taddy, what about you? What is your funniest memory of the past year with the Shills?
To be honest, every single bloody stream has just been a barrel of laughs. I have particularly enjoyed torturing you with really, really dark videos. And
Well, you know, what goes
listening to
around,
these.
what
kinda-
goes around comes around.
Well, I'm sure of that, man. I look
Cool.
forward to it with relish.
Awesome. And with that in mind, I'd like to give Taddy a chance to put up his very first video. He's never done it before, but he made one just for this occasion. So,
Oh,
Taddy,
rock
would you
and
like
roll.
to introduce in a little bit?
We can only hope that he's superimposed the captions on top.
Well,
Yeah, we probably need that.
I thought about
That's
that.
about it.
True, right?
I did think about that. So you'll be glad to hear I didn't talk through it.
Oh,
So-
well, that's a blessing in disguise, I guess.
For Google Translate, that is.
Indeed. But nah, what can I say? I panicked at the thought of having to make a video. And I hope you enjoy the carnage that ensues.
If it isn't Scottish, it's crap.
Why don't you go ahead and roll it?
I'm getting disco wood.
I'm getting that.
Fucking jeez.
I want to go out and buy some shag carpet.
As long as you want to buy some shag carpet and not shag the carpet.
Rug burn, rug burn.
Oh, that's a good ending.
Oh, yeah, I like it. I like it.
That's awesome.
Oh, man.
Ladies and gentlemen, we give you the funniest man to ever wear a dress on YouTube, Daddy Bugger.
That was great, man. That was awesome. That was really, really good. Oh, man, I might ask you to play that again later. I don't know.
That gave me disco
all
wood,
right.
man. That was rocking.
I was
Next-
doing the
next-
Saturday Night Fever dance.
Oh yeah, man.
The next question to
Absolutely.
the panel. Next question.
My
to the
feminine
panel.
side was seeing John Travolta doing the thing on the dance floor. Absolutely.
Oh, fuck. Shake that booty. Shake that booty. All right. Next question to the panel. Stupidest fucking flurf experiment you've ever seen in your life.
Absolutely.
We'll start with-
Riley with the egg. Riley with the egg. Riley with the egg. Oh, was it my turn? I'm sorry. Riley with the egg.
Pratt's
I think we got
barbecue.
your- Pratt's
No.
barbecue.
No.
Good. Flatter, what do you say?
Allegedly Dave and whatever the fuck was in his cup.
Oh man, I just hope it wasn't rancid. Judd, what about you?
It's got to be fucking Dell trying to pour a dented football water into it to turn it into a globe.
Oh, that was funny, man.
Oh,
No.
No. Spit it. No, Dell, dickhead.
No.
you got that right, man. How about
Hey,
you,
hey,
Amy?
was it this year? Was it this year that Daniel Pratt did the ball and the drill and did the water won't stick
Oh,
because it was
God.
and then he even went as far as to say, and this ball isn't spinning 1,000 miles an hour. Oh my God, I almost wanted to stick that drill up his fucking skull.
Oh, I know, man. I don't like to stick that ball up his ass and spin him around.
Right.
You know, you just want to grab the man by the shoulders and say, Daniel, will you watch the clock? See that little hand go around? See how slow it is? Well, the earth turns once a day when the clock does that twice. You blithering fucking idiot. It's called scale and not the one that your wife uses every morning in the bathroom. No, no, no. We're talking about scale as in Grover big, Grover small. You remember Near and Far on Sesame Street? You absolute knuckle dragging Neanderthal. Arrgh!
That sketch with the two priests, you know. This one is small. Those are far away.
Oh, man.
Yeah. Let's be careful with the Neanderthal cracks
Those-
here, Dick.
Are very far away.
Yeah. No, but you were, Anti-Flatter took the time machine and pulled the troglodytes out of back then because they had already slept by the meteor. Like, Flatter, help me out here. Who's the immortal Vandal Savage, right? So we just pulled you into this
Give
day.
me a chance to say it.
Yeah, and instead of sliding people with swords and stuff, you guys went off to university and joined our side. So that's how it works, right?
Yeah, exactly. How about you, Logical?
Unless you want to count yourself as a knuckle dragger, that's your own. Yeah, if you want to do that, I can't really stop you. But
I do have calluses on my knuckles, unlike a lot of yous who have calluses on your palms. But
yeah, but I was just gonna say, are they on the inside of your knuckles or the outside of your knuckles? Come on now, let's be honest here.
Hey.
So how about
Calluses on your palms is better than a bruise in your throat.
This channel's not going to exist tomorrow because of all the community strikes on the stream. I'm really sorry, Jeff. It's not my fault.
Joke them if they can't take a fuck.
That's what happens when you invite a bunch of lollipop lickers in here.
Amy, what was your favorite stupid experiment? What? What you talking about, Willis?
Hey, Princess. Hey, as far as I remember, because I was there when Star Wars was in the theater, Princess Leia loved a strawberry lollipop. Enough said. I see Spider-Man. I see Spider-Man. I see Spider-Man.
Spider-Man, drink.
Yeah, drink.
To be fair, I think Spider-Man just saved the day.
Oh, yeah, that was amazing, right?
But I also think that I also cut off Logical, and I'm sorry, mate.
Princess Leia, can you get on set? It's your time for lunch. Fuck you. I got a lollipop. All right, I'll be there in a minute. Hey, Star Wars was a really hard movie to shoot. Don't blame me, okay?
Yeah, well, she had a hairdo that looked like Tootsie Rolls. So, as I was trying to say, Amy, do you have any particular flat Earth experiment that you found particularly crazy or funny?
The funny one was Ranty Flat Earth and his camera on the ground, and he's on a running racetrack, and he's walking back and forth. That was what I think. That was the silliest that I could see.
It's funny
That
about
worked
that guy, Yeah, he goes down every time he fucking debunks the flat Earth on our behalf, and he keeps going back trying to do it again. He just doesn't learn.
Yes. No. So each experiment he does, it's almost pointless. Trying to prove the flat Earth and
Almost.
yeah. I was trying
Taddy,
to
do you have a particular favorite, Taddy?
Okay, what was the one? Was it? What word? We did with going along the floor with the books,
Oh, yeah.
and someone walks by in the background, and you can see that the floor's not level.
Yeah, I can't remember. Does anybody remember who did that?
That was Nathan Oakley.
Ah, yes, it was. That's
Or
right.
was it that? Ball bag.
Yeah, the most
Yeah, there was
the
that
most
ball bag.
disingenuous,
Well, in that case, I
dickhead.
changed my answer.
Yeah.
Fucking
Who was
anything
that
else.
guy? Who was that guy that built the flat Earth model and then filled it with water and put the little floaty bits on it, trying to show how you would circumnavigate a flat Earth?
Oh,
that was
was
really
awesome.
fucking stupid.
Yeah, that was absolutely awesome. Got a big stick in this game. That's how tides work. By stirring
Oh,
the
no.
sea.
Oh,
No,
what's his name with the?
But I've seen it.
The boy that was-
I've been in a ship, and then the ships had to redirect because there was a massive stick in the sea, stirring it around.
Mind the video that we looked at? The boy in the public toilet spinning in the circle.
Oh yeah. How about we just say every flat earther who's ever tried to perform an experiment?
Oh, fuck.
Yeah, I think that pretty much covers it all. I think my personal favorite was Jeranism, where he says, lift your head way up high above your head. Interesting.
Almost as good as
Yeah,
we were
but-
picking up a drift. 15
Can
Yeah,
we?
per hour.
But yeah, I was just gonna say.
shit,
I was
Sherlock.
just gonna say we can't forget the drift. How many degrees was that again?
15 degrees an hour.
Degrees per hour.
And all the plurfs said, no.
It was the ether.
There's got to be another explanation, surely.
Yeah, no kidding. No kidding. All right. I think it's time to move on to another video. Flatter, you made a video for everyone. Can you tell us a little bit about what we're going to see?
I would absolutely love to, but unfortunately, I know I was there for a little bit. Then some drunken Russian took over before some screaming Lance Corporal told him to shut up, and I jumped at the end, and then it was we're just going to have to see it then, aren't we?
All right.
Ladies
Well,
and
let's
gentlemen,
roll that
you're about
gaggle.
to see New Zealand Saturday Night Live Pseudoscience Edition.
All right, Chatty, let's roll this gaggle fuck.
Oh.
Kia ora everybody, I am the Anti-Flatter, and it is that time of year again, when we all get together. It is time for us to chill out with friends and family, have barbecue, and go to beach because of such good weather. This is also a time when we look out for each other. We make sure each and every one of us are safe out there on the roads and in each other's homes. But it's also a time when we acknowledge the fact that you have stuck with us all year, and we appreciate each and every one of you. So from all of us here at the Anti-Flatter Show, thank you so much for watching us this year, and we look forward to entertaining you further in 2020. Happy Saturnalia, everyone, and ka kite.
Rocking, man.
Really good.
That was
I love the
rocking. I love
t-shirt.
that.
Sweet.
Yeah, I
That
was
was
just going to
awesome.
say that. I was just going to say
Well,
that.
if you're going to be a shill, you might as well shill and do it properly.
I'm surprised it didn't have a
Everyone
tin
watching.
spaghetti stain on it.
That is shit.
Yeah,
I
change
knew
my
that was
style.
coming. Oh, man, you're such a dick.
Hey, like the old saying goes, if you like it, then you should have put spaghetti on it.
And you know, for everybody watching, if you think I'm just putting on a show right now because we're live, you have no idea. This is what I do to these fuckers all the time. That's just how it is, man. You know?
Should have been with us for the after show last Sunday. Holy mackerel, we took it out of the flatter, boy.
All I did was to show you how to make decent pizza with the normal base, your spaghetti, your bacon, your
Oh.
cheese. And before you know it, it's Spider-Man! Spider-Man!
Oh, shit. Spider-Man, Spider-Man.
Drink.
Everybody drink.
Drink.
Hey, drink.
Everybody drink.
That is how he always shows up to save the day right at the right time.
Oh,
You know what I
man.
think? I think Spider-Man is swinging around town picking up the presents that Santa dropped because he got a little bit drunk this year. And I don't think he's properly flying straight.
Yeah, no kidding, man. No kidding. All right, next question for the panel. And I'm going to make this one a good one. Or I'm going to try anyway. I'm going to start with logical. What is the one flurfer that has pissed you off the most this year?
Ooh. I would have to say Riley. You know, with his education, his indoctrination, and his joke of a fucking thesis. When we reviewed that on Dick's channel one night live, I mean, I literally got livid. I think that was the first time I actually ranted, raved, and cussed online.
Yo, you lost it. You fucking snapped.
My God, that stupid motherfucker. I mean, I'm getting pissed off just thinking about him, actually. You know, to turn something, you know, goddamn. You know, Jeff, you're an educator. You know, I'm not a professional educator, but I have taught some freshman, sophomore, college level classes. And if any of my students would have turned in something like that, I mean, I would have flunked him and went to the dean and said, dude, does he really need to be in this particular program? Seriously, this is not the person you want, you know, in this job. And I'm speechless. I mean, it was just so stupid. I'm speechless.
Yeah, I can understand that, boy. I can really understand that. And how about you, Dick? Which flirt pissed you off the most this year?
Well, the guy who got me the worst, and Monk might agree with me here. I'm not really sure, but we did this one together. Flatter, you were in on this one too. He's no flurf though. Ray the Breatharian, because that slimeball piece of shit was literally not just saying he's a Breatharian, but he was fucking preaching it and instructing other people to act as such, right? This and you could just see by looking at this absolute piece of shit that he was literally on a healthy diet and working out and stuff. So yeah, as far as I'm concerned, he is the worst piece of slime that I covered in any way, shape, or form this year. Fuck you, Ray. Fuck you.
Awesome. How about you, Jet? What do you got to say?
Well, yeah, that was a good one, actually. I forgot about that fucking smug little fuckwit that thought it was okay to preach don't ever eat again and you could look like me, a super fit, fucking healthy human being. Bollocks. But I think it would have to be Orphan the fucking Deadhead Red for a copyright strike.
Good shout.
Range
Good
like
shout.
What made you pissed off the most about her?
Well, she just fucking wound me up that she just thinks she's better than everybody else, and in the meantime you tried to touch her at one point, she was hitting you with copyright strikes here, there, and everywhere. What a bitch. First class.
And let's not forget that she sells cleavage as flat earth.
Yeah.
She does. She's a real skank when it comes to that, as far as I'm concerned.
Fucking right, man.
Flatter?
I was dressed
What
in
about
a
you?
fucking carrier bag.
No, I'm with holy fucking shit! He heard that one perfectly.
Did you
fine.
see that? I
But
saw Santa.
I'm with Jupmonk Day. Fucking orphan sugar tits and her fucking copyright strikes against, you know, members of this team. Fuck, they can do whatever they want to me. They can spread their fucking flat earth nonsense all they want. But fuck, to do those attacks, just that. I hate it when people attack my team, and that bitch fucking done it hard.
Yeah.
The rest of them, yeah, they just are what they are.
She really,
yeah.
I think she had a
fulfilled her
come up
desire.
and from us though, because we all just fucking tore her a new arsehole in one hit.
Yeah. Oh,
Oh,
yeah.
God.
That was actually
that
a pretty
was-
cool weekend, and I gotta do a huge shout out to the entire community at large, because when she copyright struck me and Barman, I took that video that she hit against me and I put it on G Drive, and 40 other channels picked it up. She was playing whack-a-mole all freaking weekend to the point where she just caved. You know, it was freaking great.
Yeah, that's awesome. That's awesome.
Coral Hayward, just a shout from the audience here. Coral Hayward just pointed out another good shout for a flurf that really pissed everybody off this year was that complete fucking waste of human skin that was saying water is bad. It's like toxic and shit. You remember that guy?
Yeah, I think I do.
Yes, yeah.
Yeah.
What a moron.
Yeah, that was a fucked up one too. Sorry to interrupt there, but I wanted to get it out because that was a really good show.
Oh, that was Conspiracies by Hans. I think Babes covered that on our 100 sub special.
That's right. That's it. That's it.
He's the biggest scumbag on YouTube. Him and what's the other guy? Call for an Uprising. What a
yeah.
Sorry, Dick.
I ripped him a new one on an episode on my channel, which that was on what I called midweek update at the time, and actually. On my channel tomorrow, we'll be dropping the new version of that called Community Update, where I just look at things that's going on in the community. You know, if I point out a piece of drama between, you know, people or whatever, I'm just going to point and laugh. I'm not going to actually, you know, and I just look at, you know, things that have come up and point fun at them. And that's one of them. It's going to be really good. Check out this space tomorrow. Dick Dawson, you're going to love it.
Because I can't be too mad at In the Conspiracy because thanks to him, I got a new character with my superhero type hooded guy thingy.
That's true.
So,
listen, man.
You're right. To be fair, yeah.
What did you name that character? Dick Stroker? What was that again? I can't remember.
Something steaming cup of what comes out of Dick.
Oh, fuck.
The rest of them.
I guess I should have expected something like that.
I think he named that character Thingy Thumper.
No, big shout out to ATC with that whole call for an uprising thing, because it was actually a comment that I'd made that Fanny had responded to that set Jay off in one of his videos. It was actually one of my
set
comments.
off a shitstorm. Holy.
Yeah.
Oh, man. Yeah,
And-
ETC got troll bombed seriously on that one.
Yeah.
That being said,
you remember the
analytics?
Do you remember the little promo we did for that episode where we all put the little skit together? My son still watches that every day, like, well, not every day, but damn near, like at least a couple times a week, because the way we all put our little skits together, he laughs so hard because, you know, like for some of you who don't really know that are listening right now, because I realize I'm not just talking to the crew, you know, my son, like, you know, when we go off the air and stuff, he'll come on the mic and he'll talk to everybody on the Shills and our guests and stuff, and he thinks it's just amazing. He loves it because, you know, to him, these guys are all like Jerry Seinfeld and whatnot, like they're TV stars. You know, YouTube is the same as NBC, 8 p.m. on a Friday or whatever is cool these days. I'm so out of touch, I don't fucking know, right? You know? but you know, that's how it is, and he loves this shit, man. He gets right into it. It's amazing.
Absolutely. I mean, this is a great community we've got here, but YouTube is really becoming the biggest entertainment driving entity out there. I mean, TV networks are really starting to have to kind of compete with YouTube just for content.
Well, you know, speaking of YouTube and stuff, do you guys around the table, do you want to talk about something with a little bit of meat for a second before we go back to comedy? Or Jeff, am I throwing off?
No.
Yeah.
Go
Well,
ahead,
am I
Dick. What do you
throwing off
got?
your rotation or whatever here? Because we got an email today on the Shills, and it brought something to my attention that I think other content creators like FE Core and whatnot might be using that I didn't know existed until today.
Oh,
What's
yeah.
that?
Right. So we got an email today for the Shills, and we now have access to the content match tool. So we can log into our YouTube studio and we can go to a special tool called the content match tool. And any video that matches content that we have put up that has been put up after us will instantly show up in this list. And then we can decide if we should file a claim on it or decide if it was done in fair use. But the onus is up to us to act responsibly and use it properly. And I think this is why in the last little while on YouTube, we've had a few too many claims from the Flurf community, especially from like, FE Core or some of the slightly bigger channels or the groups or whatever, because they've probably been given access to this tool and they can see who have covered them.
Yeah, and I tell you what, the fact that they are a bunch of fucking tools, they won't know how to use it.
Well, and YouTube in the documentation that we were given, as well as I had to go to the Creators Academy and watch a few videos to learn about it and stuff. And there is repercussions if you decide that it's not fair use and claim it, but it actually is. Like, you don't just get to run wild with this as if you're, 18-year-old kid with a $100 bill strapped to his head in a fucking brothel. It's not how this works, right?
Yeah. Well, it's like you said, Dick. It's up to us to act responsibly, and Flurfs aren't really known for that.
That's right. And that's why this whole content match system, I mean, on the Shills, we have 1,300 subs approaching 1,400. We're not exactly the biggest channel yet by any means, but thanks to everybody that watches us and supports us and stuff, it's growing really nice, right? It's amazing. And but we have access to the content match tool. So as such, you have to assume that some of the bigger Flurfs and pseudoscience pushers that have more subs than us have already had access to it, because when I looked into it after getting this email, this is not brand new. Some people have had this a while.
Really?
Yeah, and I think that's where some of this stuff where, over the last 3 to 6 months, you've had FE Core and a few people really striking stuff down. Why? They don't even have to search anymore. Now they just go into YouTube Studio and it's presented to them.
Mm-hmm. Well, that does kind of explain a few things, doesn't it?
I think so, absolutely. And so, when I put in my wish to Santa this year, being Christmas and all, the first thing I asked for was that anybody who uses the content match system improperly gets struck down by the Dark Lord himself. And, hopefully it comes true.
Yeah, exactly. Well, I think it's they're desperate, and now that they have this tool, they're going to use it. They're going to do whatever they can to quell the overflow of debunkers that are just flattening them every day of the week.
Yeah. And, to everybody watching and to everybody that, communicates, I just saw Spider-Man, everybody drink, everybody drink.
Drink,
Yeah.
everybody.
But, to everybody watching and listening, double Spider-Man, double drink. To everybody watching and listening and to everybody in the Discords and stuff, and please, everybody here, spread the word around and whatnot. But the whole idea is when innocent creators like ourselves get dinged under a content match due to a copyright takedown when it was clearly fair use, what we have to do is arm it en masse and get on Twitter and go to the at Twitter, YouTube, so we can get to them directly and say, hey, look, guys, you've got to re-review this one. This is completely fair use. In a 2-hour show, they cover 7 minutes of the person's video. Bullshit. No way. Come on. So, expect as viewers and as Discorders and stuff and members of the community in the next 6 months, expect to hear more people ask the viewers to stand up and say, no, we must respect the real rules and law here. And maybe in the future we can get YouTube to actually take a hard stance and come up with a real worded, clear cut policy on fair use that creators can read and understand and actually abide by.
Yeah, I agree.
Let me get this straight. You want Google and YouTube to have a clear cut rule statement?
Yes. I know I'm asking
Have
for
you
the
met
moon
them?
back. Yes, I know. But it would solve everything, because if YouTube would say, look, we sent the lawyers out, we consulted with this court and blah 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 and whatnot, and over a 6-month process, we've discovered that if you're going to cover somebody and you cover in your show 20% is their actual original video and 80% is yours, you'll never get stung. Thank you very much. We all know what we can fucking do and move forward. It's just that simple. Give us a goddamn fucking ruling, man. Fuck. What does it take?
Absolutely. Yeah, absolutely.
Right. Again, the problem is though, giving it this tool to flirts, and they're muppets to say the least. I don't know. It's more stupid than having your username as all caps, and it's just going to end up as just a shit fight. And as soon as you told me about it, that's all I could think.
But I have an answer for that too. If the governments and the courts and the ruling bodies would put out a more clear guideline of fair use, like, if you're critiquing, you're showing their video and then showing that what they're saying is wrong, or you're using it for entertainment purposes where you're just like making an hilarious fun of it because there's innuendo in it or something, and at least 50% of the content being shown is your own in response to the other. Like, just give us a goddamn fucking number, man. Seriously, what the hell?
Yeah, exactly. I think it's going to be a while before they sort that all out, though.
Yeah.
Yeah. So in the meantime, all we can do is just continue doing what we're doing, act responsibly, and fight back in whatever way we can. And with the help of the community, we can do it.
Right. And I don't think anybody on the panel will say I'm wrong in saying that we should never feel bad in correcting people that are talking bullshit. It's damn near, it's a call to arms. It has to be done.
Yeah.
Oh, absolutely. In fact, I had somebody contact me in the background deck. I told you about this the other day. After they saw my part 1 and 2 of my Psychology of Conspiracy Theories videos, and they said, hey, man, don't you think that making fun of people with mental illness is a problem? I said, no, I'm not diagnosing them with a mental illness. And, however stupid I think somebody is doesn't necessarily mean they have a mental illness. And there's a huge difference between calling somebody nuts or stupid and saying what they're saying is nuts or stupid. And that's all we do. We don't attack the person, we attack the idea.
Yeah. If the idea is pathetic, I'll attack the person's logic and reason. Funny, see what I did there? In the way that they came to the conclusion and stuff. And I will literally point out how moronic and stupid and, ridiculous it is and so on and so forth. But I'm not calling the person an actual dumbass. I'm saying that it's an absolute dumbass idea, and there is a borderline there.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, and it is. It's a real tough line that we sometimes walk, because you're right. You don't want to attack the person, but at the same time, someone's going to go online for the whole world to hear and say the world is flat. Well,
Yeah. How can you stay quiet? How can you stay quiet?
With that Ray the Breatharian, I will step out of line and call him an absolute fucking dumbass, but he was telling people not to eat. So I'm sorry. That's not just preaching flat earth. You're now telling people that they should literally put their lives on the line. And as such, I really hope that one day you're not paying attention and you lean back to sit down and oops, that was a bedpost. How did that get in there? Like, fuck you.
Yeah, he's as bad as Joey Roca with his magic molasses baking soda cookies magically cure cancer. Things like that are not just stupid ideas; they're fucking dangerous ideas.
Yeah, they are. Same thing with anti-vaxxers. Oh, I hate those fuckers. And
Yeah,
they
fuck
are
them.
dangerous. What they're doing is fucking dangerous. I don't care what anybody says. If you don't go and get your kids vaccinated and yourself vaccinated, you are a risk to the rest of us. So get the fuck out.
Yeah, if you're not going to take the poke in the arm, you should be taking the poke somewhere else. That's all I'm going to say.
Well said, Dick. Well said. Well said.
Squeal like a pig, boy.
And with that, I'd like to just move on to the last video we have in the side. This one's from Dead Kennedy in Space. He's not here to intro it for us, but I'm sure he's got something special to say. So, Teddy, would you mind rolling that for us? You're a dick.
Most of you are probably already familiar with it, but in case not, I'll run through the basics. This game puts you in charge of the spiff. This game puts you in charge of... Crap, where was I? Oh, I got lost. Hey, what are you doing? What do you want? I'm busy. I'm recording a script. I'm trying to make a video. Get out of here. Get out of here. Merry Christmas, everyone.
Love that guy. What a dog.
That was awesome.
If you're still watching, Kevin, thanks, man. That was awesome. That was funny.
Yeah, man.
That was great. Well, I think we're getting near the end here. We're at an hour and a half so far, and before we actually start closing out, I'd like to kind of ask the viewers in the chat. Does anybody have any questions that they would like to ask us before we finish up?
And as an addendum to that, how would you rework the lyrics to the 12 Days of Christmas if you wanted us to sing them live right now? What would you like to hear us sing?
In fact, absolutely. And if we can't come up with enough now, send it through to the Shills. And next stream, if we get enough together, fuck it, we'll be singing it.
There you go. We can build it as we go. I got the first one. On the first day of Christmas, my true love gave to me a beer.
On the second day of Christmas, Eric Dumbass Bay said to me, planes need to dip their nose, otherwise they'll fly out into space.
2 turtlenecs and a beer.
And the Pratt bending shit over his barbecue.
Dick's been watching Bob and Doug McKenzie, eh?
5 golden toques. 4 pounds of back bacon, 3 French toast, 2 turtlenecks, and a beer. In a tree. You see, there's got to be more there. Okay, yeah. On the 6th.
5 rings.
John Rapp says 5 rings divided by 0.
I actually have a question from the chat. 9 o'clock Hero asks, "Who's the best Flurf scientist?"
Ooh.
Is there such a thing?
Yep, there is no such
Logical?
thing. Sorry, dumbass question.
What do you say, Logical?
There ain't no such thing.
I thought so.
I always
Flatter?
feel that somebody's mocking me.
Maybe Orphan Red. I mean, she does make a couple of good points, but
Scientism. Look at my big hanging tits while I say scientism.
Well, I guess
lollipop.
I guess you got your-
and then not, and my brain can do things that only my brain can do.
Yeah, I think Mensa was just a mispronunciation of menstruation. I'm really not sure.
Yeah, that's what I was going to just say. I think you cut that off a little soon there.
I'm a member of menstruation. I'm a member of menstruation.
Fucking menstruating moron, I
have
called
no
her in
brains
one
at
video.
all.
For the love of God.
Jeez.
And anybody in the live chat, I no longer know who any of these people are. They just wandered in off the street and they said, "Give me a beer."
Oh shit! And we just keep feeding
Beer, where's the beer?
I just want to say that scientism just doesn't understand the way my brain works, and I know that I'm right. So my grade 8 education in my armchair tells me that you're all fucking wrong. Yeah.
Neener.
Jeez.
Dude, I know neurosurgeons that probably couldn't figure out how in the fuck her brain works.
You'd need to be a microbiologist just to find the fucker.
I was just going to say that. Yeah, exactly right.
I knew you were going to say it because I'm from the future.
Hey, well, there's a
Jesus,
lull
honey,
in the
close those things. I can smell that shit from here. What the fuck? You just got something better to do? God damn it.
lull in the conversation. What the fuck was I thinking about? Dick Dawson's in the room. There's never a lull in the fucking conversation. But if I can make a lull in the conversation, I wanted to point out that the individual in the chat, common sense criticism. You know, earlier in the stream, he had mentioned about making some videos. So I checked out his channel. He's been doing it a couple, 2 or 3 months. He's already got 500-ish subscribers. I subbed him because I was like, hey, if you can grab 500 subs in 2 or 3 months, dude, you are rocking. I'm going to have to check out and see what the hell you're doing. So I'm going to encourage everybody in the live chat and here on the panel to check him out after the stream.
Absolutely. And common sense criticism, man. Get in touch with me, man. You deserve a Mega Mirror special. Hit me up, man. Let's put one together for you.
See, now that is some common sense there.
There you go. Matter of fact, I just noticed a comment he had on in the live chat. It says, on the 15th day of Christmas, my gyroscope gave to me 15 degrees of rotation.
Hey, I see Pip Parrots in the chat. Right on. Hey, Pip, how you doing, man?
Hey. How you doing, Pip Parrot?
Pip?
Yeah, very cool supporter of the community. Love the guy. Awesome. Or a girl. I don't even know, actually. Fuck, that was kind of I have no idea. But you know what I mean. You know, it was all done in good fun. You know, okay, never mind. Shut that guy up because somebody else take it.
All right. Well, I guess we're coming up on an hour and 44 minutes. So what do you say we just kind of close things out, say our goodbyes, and move on to the rest of our day. So with that, you guys want to stick around and kick the cat around a bit more?
I don't
On
know.
the first day of
I'm
Christmas,
okay with it.
my true love gave to me
a beer.
Nah, Jeff, I can hang out longer, but if you really got stuff to do, man, that's up to you.
Yeah,
I'm
I got 3 beer in the fridge, so I'm good for about 47 minutes 32 seconds.
All right. Okay.
My Pepsi, so I'm going to have some wee in my glass soon, so I'm all good.
Oh my God, he did it. He's talking about IP streaming.
Oh God.
Streaming. Oh no, IP streaming. Oh,
Yeah, what's that old joke? Oh, the yellow stream by IP standing. That's it.
Hey, since we're doing the Christmas stream and y'all were talking about Christmas carols, why don't we try some flat Earth debunking style impromptu Christmas carols?
Okay, well, you got an idea for one? Because I don't know any.
Okay, I got
what
one. I got one.
All
Oh,
right, Dick, lead us
stupid
off.
fuck. Oh, stupid fuck. It's a motherfucking spear. Or
How
sphere.
can you be so fucking stupid, you goddamn idiot? Because they
Of course you
wear.
have to eat a meal. You can't just go and be a heel. Oh, breatharian, you're such a fucking asshole.
I like it. I like
Oh,
it.
please
Absolutely.
don't be, oh, please don't be a stupid dumbass fuckwit.
'Tis the season to flash flurs. Fa la 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 la.
Of course it is in perspective. Fa la 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 la.
Drag them out of that dumbass rabbit hole, see if they can find their fucking brains.
Don, we now some dumb ass fuckers. Fa la 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 la.
Bash them with a club of reason. Fa la 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 la.
Dashing through the snow in a one-horse open sleigh, pissing in our cups, drinking all the way.
Oh, I like Dick getting his space ones on the chat. Silent night in my glass. Nursery.
Up in Florida says I suddenly don't hate Christmas carols so much.
Jingle bells, jingle bells. Prattman smells. Riley laid an egg. He couldn't wrap his head around the fucking tour today.
Oh man.
I know, I like that one.
I'm right. What's that?
A certain Mr. Kennedy in the chat. Silent Night. The anti-vaxxers nursery.
Too dark? Oh,
Too dark.
Ooh, that might be a bit dark there, Kevin. But,
Not dark enough, mate. Just my level.
Oh, that's too funny.
I love it. That's awesome, man.
Every Christmas is special for an anti-vaxxer kid. It may be their last.
Oh, I
Carol.
just saw. I'm sorry, guys. I just saw Pie Parrot say that in the live chat that the Aussie perspective was going to be starting soon.
Oh,
Is it?
The show was presented upside down because, of course, their heads are pointing down. And let's face it, Australia isn't even real anyway. So how could it even be a show? That's right, Flurvers. Step right us and show you what you know.
Yeah, no kidding.
Australia. That's Spider-Man. There's Spider-Man.
Spider-Man, drink.
Back to my point. Australia.
Spider-Man, drink again.
Slap you.
You know, I think Santa Claus is drunk and he's dropping presents, and Spider-Man's just out there picking them up. You know, he's kind of looking out for the neighborhood, man.
If
Guy's got to make a living somehow.
Time, it's going to be you have failed this city. DC will kick Marvel's ass.
Oh, man. Oh, man. Expensive windows, you motherfucker. Watch out. God damn it.
Santa, stay off the fucking sauce, man. What the hell? Buddy, we're trying to do a show here, all right? Would you just
land that thing, you dumb fucking drunk? Oh, shit. Okay, so anyways, I think we'll just close it out for now. So let's go around the table, let everybody say their goodbyes, and that'll be it. So, Logical, would you like to say anything before we close out?
Anything. Nah, it's been great hanging out with you guys, whether we do it live, whether we do it, without YouTube. I don't care. I just love hanging out with you guys. And guys, everybody in the live chat, appreciate you showing up, staying up all night just to watch our stupid asses. We really appreciate you all. So Happy New Year, whatever the fuck it is.
Absolutely. And Flatter, anything you'd like to say?
Yeah, I'll reiterate with what old Logical just said. Hanging out with you guys has definitely been the highlight of the year, and not just with the Shills, that goes with the audience as well. I mean, you really are the reason why we do it. So thanks for sticking with us all year. Happy Saturnalia, and that's really all I had, and I added an "and" for no reason. So someone take the mic from me because I'm an aeroplane.
Well,
He had to fucking do it.
You did. Got anything you'd like to say before we go?
yeah, man. Thanks for having me on. Absolutely awesome as always, hanging out with you lot. Always a good laugh. Everybody in the chat, I hope you have a fucking blinding, and I mean fucking blinding Christmas. That's what it's all about. And all the best for the new year, all you fuckers.
Absolutely. Dick, anything you'd like to say before we go?
I want everybody to remember one thing this Christmas, okay? Number one, in the Great White North, we have now legalized marijuana. So enough with the fucking cookies, people. Santa wants his edibles. We want to see CBD and THC gummies. And never mind the milk, get the fucking beer on the table. Let's support the fat man like he deserves. All right, everybody, Merry Christmas and Happy New Year. Glad you could join us.
Amy, anything you'd like to say?
Edibles. He's coming down to New Zealand. He's getting spaghetti, and he's going to need the money for that.
Oh, fuck you and your spaghetti, for God's sakes.
Yes, I'd like to say thank you to everyone for coming, and thank you for making this such a great year. I want to thank everyone on the Shills for inviting me into this family. It's been wonderful. And I want the viewers, you guys are all amazing, and we all love you so much. And so I want to say happy New Year, Merry Christmas, and happy holidays. Thank you.
Absolutely. Teddy, anything you'd like to say?
Okay, man. My love to you guys. My love to all the buggers in the chat. Big love to all the Shills that ain't here. And happy fucking Hogs Watch.
Awesome. Well, thanks for that. And with that, I'd like to just put in my own 2 words, or 2 cents rather. And I'd like to thank all my fellow Shills for coming out to the stream. Your support has meant more to me this year than anything else. It's such an incredible honor and pleasure to be a part of this family. And I'd like to thank all the viewers for coming out today to join us in this little chat that we've had. I'd like to wish everyone a very happy and safe and merry holiday. And thanks for coming out. And with that, I'd like to leave you with my video greeting for everyone out there. So with that, let's all say goodbye, everybody. Bye-bye.
Bye. Merry
Catch you on
Chirstmas.
the flip
Good
side.
night.
Later, bitches.
Happy holidays, everyone.
Christmas decorated in town. Among all the tinsel and lights, I'm strolling around, just wondering where you have gone to. Are you just around the corner or in Kathmandu? And whether or not you're with somebody new, still I wish tell you why. But wherever you are, near or far, outside my door or in some airport bar, I still wish you the merriest Christmas. I hope it will be all that you dream. I have nothing but love for you. You can trust that to be true. Yeah, I wish you the merriest Christmas of all. Girl, I wish you the merry